Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Media Mortuary. I know it's been a while, as I often say, but this time we have a bit of a double feature. Today, we're going to cover Get Street Smart, a kid's guide to stranger danger. A straight to VHS kind of film that serves as an educational or perhaps edutainment piece for kids to learn the importance of stranger danger. It seems that when I was younger, I have misplaced the cover, but I do remember it looking like this. It was released in 1994, 95, and directed by Sean McNamara, the same guy who also produced those Disney live-action classics like Even Stevens, That's So Raven, and Phil of the Future. If you know those shows, it's probably why this particular film stars an alien from outer space. You know, typical family sitcom stuff geared towards kids. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just get started on this tape. So this program opens up with a Star Wars-esque credit roll, explaining the premise of Corny Capricorn, an alien from the planet Zarkon, to supposedly learn how to be street smart so he can teach others. Let's see how well he does.
Hey, you're listening to the Beach Bingo Boys with I'm Surfing! Woo! Hey, this is the Bud and Judd Show. I'm Bud, that's Judd. Hey, Bud, say something.
Hey, rise and shine, folks. Don't forget that sunblock today, because it's going to be a hot one on K-Crud.
That's right. K-Crud, the big crud. Hey, it's going to be sunny?
It's going to be cloudy.
Sunny?
Cloudy.
Sunny and cloudy. Hey, you're...
Meet Capricorn, or Corny, our foreign exchange student from another planet. He's notable because the actor that plays him is Richard Stephen Horvitz, credited as Richard Stoltz in this. He's best known for a different alien exchange student, Invader Zim, also the same voice for Moxie from Hell of a Boss. And this costume he's wearing to play this alien character was a redesign from some other show called The Amazing Sea Monkeys. He starts off his day walking to school with his friends who apparently have to take care of him.
Want some candy, kid?
Oh, no thanks. It rots my ears.
Take a flying leap, Buster. Put out your radar, Corny. Avoid unidentified beings. Your mom told us to take care of you.
Good thing it's safe you week at school. Ah, who needs it? A smile goes a mile, you know.
Hi. Hey, where are you going? On your way to school?
See? He likes me. Hello.
In just that short bit of rush dialogue, we have already established three things. Not bad for a kid's show. Not sure why the kids are responsible for the alien, but I guess the executive reason is to be more relatable to kids that sees this tape.
Me? Well, if a stranger bothered me, I'd poke him in the eye. I'd zap him in the nose.
Get real. You can't drop kick a 200-pound man.
Why not? Richard Stoltz was like 28 when this was released. That's a grown man you're talking to.
Look, I've got insurance. My fail-safe device. It just zaps me away.
Awesome. Then I guess we don't have to worry about you anymore.
I can't get over this black kid's no-nonsense tough love here. But remember that zapper. We'll get back to it in a minute. So Corny doesn't really act right in school, but more in a weird way than a rebellious way.
Capricorn. Remember, kids.
But at the end of school, instead of going home with his friends,
Corny, you coming? Remember the buddy system?
I'll catch up with you later. You're not the boss of me.
Just trying to take care of my buddy.
he decides to take his own route.
Stay out of alleys, vacant lots, parking lots, and construction sites.
Great! A shortcut!
I can get behind this alien kid not being street smart, but this situation is kind of weird.
lost. Can you help me find him? Oh, I just know I'm never gonna see him again.
The poor lady. This must be that gut feeling. Sure, I'll help you.
It's almost like these other people have planned all this. How did they know that kids would ignore the signs and walk in this back alley? And then to distract them, no less. But anyway, Corny gets kidnapped and zapped himself away, obnoxiously, with his zapper to a random location. But wait, huh? What? So he's back at home? Back to his friends?
Being too friendly can get you in big trouble.
Didn't you say that yesterday?
Where you at, Corny? You're so spacey today.
What day is it?
Monday.
Monday? I thought that was yesterday. How many Mondays are there?
One, duh.
I'm stuck in a time warp. I'm living the same day over and over.
Alright, so that's the gist of it. Throughout this picture, Corny would go and do something like wandering off somewhere, get into a situation, it pauses and prompts us, the viewer, what would you do? Then shows Corny doing the wrong thing and getting kidnapped. Then he gets his zapper, warps to a random location, somehow gets home, and repeats the next morning as if the world is saying, maybe he'll get it right this time. Now overall, I do think it's pretty clever for this program to write a way for the main character to get in several different scenarios to help illustrate to us, the viewer, what not to do in this situation. It does make the story a bit complicated and may distract from the message, but I guess most kids won't really notice that. And it shows that any stranger can be in danger, even this woman.
Capricorn, your mother's been hurt in an accident. She sent me to come get you. Get in the car.
Oh no! My mom? I better help her.
And not just people like this creep here.
Interesting boy. Where do you come from?
That yellow house over there?
Nice.
And before we get back into this guy, I'll show a few other highlights.
Corny's not getting it. He'd fall for any of those kidnap tricks.
Yeah, he's not getting it. It's almost like he's not from here.
Where'd Corny go? He's always disappearing.
You mean to tell me that as soon as he walked out of frame, you already lost sight of him?
Just trying to take care of my buddy.
Wasn't he your responsibility?
Doesn't he know we should always let our parents know where we are? My mom's supposed to pick us up here at 3.
Wait, your mom is going to pick y'all up? But why not pick y'all up from the school? Come on, you're losing me. And I gave you so much credit for that scene earlier. I did like how Corny breaks this pencil before going to bed and waking up the next day to be absolutely sure that he was repeating the same day. And this radio station is pretty funny.
Into the Beach Bingo Boys with I'm Surfing! Woo! Hey, this is the Bud and Judd Show. I'm Bud, that's Judd. Hey, Bud, say something.
Hey, rise and shine, folks. And don't forget that sunblock today, because it's going to be a hot one on K-Crud.
That's right. K-Crud, the big crud. Hey, it's going to be sunny?
It's going to be cloudy.
Sunny?
Cloudy.
Sunny and cloudy. Hey, you're listening to KRUD!
That's right, K-Crud. So how you doing today?
Well, we got a pile of crud to play.
There's a montage of Corny getting into all these bad situations while a catchy song is playing. It kind of serves as the theme song to all this. And while it is a banger, it comes across as pretty funny when paired up with what you're seeing.
Might be wearing stolen badges, lurking around in fields and hedges. Stop, think, listen to your heart, don't be scared.
And since he doesn't have any control over where his zapper teleports him, he sometimes gets in arguably worse situations.
Stop, think, listen to your heart, don't be scared. Hey, stranger.
But it is good for showing all that he's been through. Here's this one scene where he's telling his friends that he's been going through this time warp, and he swears to Zarkon because his friends don't really believe him. Because, I guess aliens are more believable than time travel. Sure, I'll give you that.
First by a lady who lost her dog, then by a lady who said my mom was sick, and then yesterday by a guy who let me steer his car.
Sure, who let a kid drive?
Swear to Zarkon.
Whoa! You really are being straight with us.
Well, what did you think?
So how'd you get away?
With my fail-safe device. It zapped me too. Well, forget it.
Now, whenever the teacher is shown here, she's usually teaching something different each time. I'm pretty sure it's for us, the viewer, to understand numerous topics, but since this is some sort of time loop, you'd think she'd be repeating the same lesson over and over again each time. My only guess is that we are seeing different parts of the same lesson in each loop.
Your voice is your best weapon, so let's hear it!
My best weapon is my zapper.
Where is your zapper?
My zapper! My zapper! Oh no! Where's my zapper? Where's my zapper? Oh no! What am I gonna do? I can't get home! Someone's gonna get me! I'm gonna die!
Stop! Are you alright, Capricorn?
Well, I'm
But
feeling...
more back onto the point here, now our Corny here is paranoid and needs to make it home. I guess by himself again, without his friends. Come on, you had one job.
Just trying to take care of my buddy.
This is why you shouldn't let kids handle these kind of responsibilities. And then this creep shows up again, offers some gum and a trip to get some ice cream. But Corny sort of ignores him and does make it home and sort of speed runs through some of the older dated tips like secret code ring.
What were those important home safety tips? Lock the door. I did that. Call Mom and Dad. Hello, Mom. It's Corny. I'm home.
Great. Is everything okay? You sound funny.
Oh, well, I lost my zapper.
You'll be fine. Just don't answer the phone unless it rings twice. Stops, then rings twice again. You know, our code. We'll let the answering machine take the call. I'll let Dad know you're home safe. And remember, don't let strangers into the house.
Okay. Hello?
Corny, 2 rings. Now, what would you say if it wasn't me?
My mother is in the shower, and my dad is mowing the lawn.
Capricorn, you've got to pay more attention to what you're doing, okay?
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
And what to answer with the delivery man.
Just send it on the porch.
Somebody's got to sign for it.
What is it?
I don't know. Just sign, will ya? I haven't got all day.
I'm sorry. I can't open the door. You'll have to come back later, please. I didn't.
I'm just surprised he's not looking for his zapper as soon as he gets home. Nope,
Corny,
that's the creep.
open the door, Corny.
No. Stop. Think.
Listen to your heart.
Oh! Oh, hi! Ugh.
Most often, kidnappers are people you already know.
Yeah, like that guy you always talk to.
Not. What are you doing?
I've been watching you for days. I know every move you make, and your parents too.
I thought you were my friend!
That's just what I wanted you to think, and you went for it. The gum, everything.
Now hold on. I know I'm thinking too much into this show, but I thought Corny was in a time loop. No one else remembers repeated days. How come this guy remembers everything? He only mentioned the gum from today just to keep us viewers guessing. But yeah, this part is still over the top, but treated more serious than the other parts. Its message is there, especially since kids are talking directly at you this time.
What's the matter? Who is this man?
What I think? He's not my father! He's a kidnapper!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the cop can tell you aren't related to him.
That's a great parent who follows her gut feelings.
Neither did I. But I do, huh? Hey! I'm street smart!
I'm not sure what the creep says there. Well, whatever he said, it seems Corny has learned his lesson, and now he can finally move forward in time and wakes up to see a brand new day.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Judd.
Hey, it's Kate Crud. Howdy, neighbors. Rise and shine. It's a brand new day. Forget that sunblock, because it's going to be a cool one out there.
That's right, no clouds today, but it's gonna be cool.
That's right.
I have looked all over to find that music alone, but I guess it was made just for this show. The credit says it's from John Coda, but I can't find any other info about it. Anyway, now Corny knows all about street smarts. Perhaps a little too much.
What if a grown-up asked you for help? What should you do?
Tell him to ask another grown-up.
What if a repairman says there's a dangerous gas leak in your apartment building? What should you do?
Tell him to leave and you call your mom and dad.
What if a stranger offers you money? What should you do?
Ask your parents first.
What if a stranger makes you feel uncomfortable in any way? What should you do?
You tell your parents and the police, and you memorize their car, their license plate, their hair, skin, and eye color, glasses, beard, voice, their clothes, any scars, even tattoos.
And find out where he lives and get more information on. Turn it into an investigation. Now you're the stalker.
If you only knew. Listen up. Trust me. With strangers, there are no do-overs. You gotta get it right the first time. We've got to be street smart. No matter what happens tomorrow or the rest of my life, my mission is to make this world a safer place. What about you?
Yeah!
Oh wait, I thought he was supposed to teach things to the Sarkonians about Earth culture. Whatever. Well, that was neat. But there's another tape for the parents. And in this tape, there's a brief introduction from the founders of Capstone Entertainment.
My husband Jeff and I are the parents of 6 children. As parents, we want to keep our children healthy and safe. Of course, we've heard a lot about child safety, but like most people, we never really thought anything could happen to our family. Then our 10-year-old daughter Casey let a stranger in our house whom she thought was a police officer. That's when we decided our family, and maybe others, needed to get street smart.
When we created Capstone Entertainment and the Safe Kids Project, we could only hope that parents would recognize the importance and the value of the educational tools that Capstone creates.
Fortunately, you have. Our nationally acclaimed video, Get Street Smart, A Kid's Guide to Stranger Dangers, is the first film in a series of what we call edutainment videos.
If only I could zoom in and enhance some of these newspaper clippings. But after some digging around in the internet, I learned that the founder of the Capstone Entertainment Company, Jeff Hayes, also helped produce numerous documentaries on various government agencies and the criminal background on certain pharmaceutical/medical companies. Probably the most notable documentary was Fahrenheit 9/11, which was a response to Michael Moore's documentary Fahrenheit 9/11. I'm not 100% sure if Capstone Entertainment is no longer around. I look it up and get Capstone Entertainment Group, which is also a film production company, but its website says it was founded by Eric Keith and David Huffman. And looking into IMDb gives us a few documentaries, but towards the bottom, we see Sherman's Way, A Kid's Guide to Coping with Change. And look at that, it's corny again. And it's even played by the same actor, credited as Richard Horvitz instead of Stoltz this time. So I'm not sure if this is humble beginnings or Capstone Entertainment was just a stepping stone to the other more notable projects in Jeff Hayes' career, because I haven't seen much more from Corny other than those two programs. Anyway, back on track. After the introduction, the late Cindy Williams interviews Dr. Laura Schlesinger. Cindy Williams is best known for her role as Shirley from Happy Days. She had passed away recently in 2023, rest in peace. And Dr. Laura Schlesinger is a radio talk show host on her own show, the Dr. Laura program. These women talk about the more serious side of these kidnappings. Stuff like sex trafficking, child grooming, and other heinous crimes are all briefly mentioned here. I'm not going to go over all their comments, but I did want to highlight a few about the internet.
The U.S. Department of Justice released a shocking study in 1988 that has remained unchanged for the past 6 years. Over 350,000 children a year are abducted by family members, usually in estranged family or divorce situations. The trauma to children can be enormous. Over 4,600 children are abducted by non-family members. In other words, strangers.
Now, I might be misinterpreting this statistic, but it seems like the most dangerous thing isn't strangers here, but instead your own family. I guess if a child can help themselves, it's best to be cautious.
One of the most recent and insidious ploys kidnappers use is the computer. Total strangers engage in conversations with computer-savvy kids on what are called BBSs, or bulletin board services.
How does that relate to kidnappings?
Adults, often sexual deviants, pose as another child during computer chats. Sometimes without warning, they bring up pornographic material on a screen, and once it's in a child's mind, it tends to ricochet around and stay in there. The worst scenario is eventually the adult arranges to meet the child face-to-face, and the kidnapping or molestation occurs.
Now, the BBS scene is a bit before my time, but it is interesting to think how far back online stalking was a thing. I'm not sure how bad she makes it out to be. I guess it was harder back then, because now I feel like most people just let their kids just run free on the internet. Maybe since kids are only using it for YouTube, it's easier to just leave the iPad with them. It's also harder to take this completely seriously when they feature clips of Corny getting kidnapped. I don't know, an adult-sized alien getting kidnapped while they are talking about actually serious crimes taking place is kind of hilarious. But anyway, most of the numbers here all over this program and the tape itself are all outdated, so please don't call them. Anyway, let's wrap up. Get Street Smart, A Kid's Guide to Stranger Danger, has never been re-released on other formats, at least as far as I'm aware. It's only been on VHS. I think there might be another more recent VHS released where both the kids and parents' guide are on the same tape instead of two different ones, but VHS is the highest quality we have. So technically, this tape isn't obsolete. You will only be able to see a copy of the tape and not a new DVD from like the master copy. But I'm not really going to keep this. I'll just upload my copy I recorded and put it on the playlist. Be sure to check the playlist for other VHS tapes of things that won't make my channel explode. I know other people have probably uploaded this tape a few times, But I'm going to add to that list and leave it unlisted for the playlist to not clutter up my channel. It was more fun doing the research for this rather than the editing to this, but overall, I think it was a nice experience. Thank you for watching.